Riley. I'm hoping that you are back in school safely and off to a good start with this semester. It is hard for me to believe that you are a senior this year. That's very exciting. At any rate, hope everything is going well. I have been thinking about what to send you as far as yarn and things, and as you can see, I have started with some books. So what I have here, as you can see, is just an encyclopedia of crochet, but it has lots of different patterns and then the instructions underneath of how to do it. Different edges, so here's waves, ripples, and chevrons. Here's fans and shells. Not sure. There are some, like how to make buttonholes, different types of crochet, like Tunisian crochet, which looks a lot like knitting. At any rate, working with color, all sorts of things. It is not the most up-to-date book, but it does have some useful things in it, and I am not using it and probably will not ever use it again. So it's yours if it looks good. Then I have two books, small books. They're just a couple of pages. They're just like a booklet of designs for baby Afghans. I'm figuring you may be starting that time of your life as your friends get married and you know people who are expecting babies. I have made this one, and it's a pretty one. It takes a long time because the rows are very short, so you don't make a lot of progress with each row, but it's still pretty, and you can choose, of course, whatever colors you want. And then here's one that has 4 different patterns, and I have made this one more times than any other, and it is wonderful. It is so fun to do. Basically, you go back and forth with these rows, and then you weave yarn through the holes that you leave to make the plaid pattern, and then it just has a really pretty shell edging for the finishing touches. And on one of them that I made for my niece Natalie, who is now, I shudder to think, 33 years old, these holes that the edging leaves, I just took ribbon that matched one of the colors of yarn and wove it through, and then tied little bows and sewed the bows so they wouldn't come untied. And it was so pretty, and it lasted through at least 3 babies. So at any rate, this one I won't ever use again. This one I have an extra one of, so I still have it in case I want to make one. So those are 3 resources that I'm happy to send you. And then I just wanted to talk to you about yarn. I have some pretty colors here. The problem is that it is all cotton yarn, and I don't know, except for this. This is merino wool and cashmere yarn, so I'll send that to you. But you see, I don't have a lot. 1, 2, 3, 6 skeins, and each skein is only 125 meters. So it wouldn't take you too far. It's not going to make you a big, huge Afghan, and I don't think it would even make a baby Afghan. The rest of all of this pretty colors, as I said, not a lot of it, but it's all cotton. And cotton doesn't stretch the way wool or acrylic does, so it's a little bit like it makes great hot pads and other things like that, but I'm happy to send all of this to you if you want to try crocheting with cotton, but it's a different thing. So then the other issue for me is I have a whole bunch of really pretty yarn up here. This is the yarn cabinet that your uncle made for me. And I have some really pretty yarns, but most of them are things I bought for knitting projects where I would only need, you know, 1 or 2 small little skeins of yarn. So I don't have much that is consistent in size or color, and so I could pick out things that kind of match and just send you things like these to match in the weight of the yarn and the type of yarn, but they don't, again, it wouldn't get you very far. It's not a large project. So I'll hold off on sending you any yarn until you tell me what you want me to do. The thing I do have a lot of are some of these little tiny, very skinny yarn. It's a beautiful silk wool blend, but as you can see, it is very fine, fine gauge. So it would make a lacy thing, but it would take you forever to make, or it would be very, well, you could just experiment with it. But on some of the colors, I do have, like I have 3 skeins of this, and then I have 3 skeins of this one, which is pretty, and then I have 3 or 4 different colors. Like I have a pale blue, a white, a pink, and a gray. So we could, if you're interested in trying something with very fine gauge, I could send you something and you could experiment with it. If you want to try knitting, the possibilities grow exponentially, because knitting scarves and little cowl necks, you don't need a lot of yarn. So something like that, I've got 2 skeins of, and that would be a good knitted project. So again, I'm going to hold off on sending you yarn, let you think about it, and then maybe we can talk. But I will send you the 3 books. But I do need your address to send them to. So you can either send me the address and I will take that as you would like these 3 little books, or you can not send me your address and say you don't want any of it. So how's that? There's your uncle sitting there. We just finished our weight workout a little while ago, and he was out in the rain feeding the birds and cleaning fountains.
My hair's all slicked down as a result. Well, what's left of it. I haven't got much hair left, but there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're about to do our Bible study from up here. This is the top floor of our back of our house, and that's the view from it. So you need to come visit us sometime and hang out up here with us. So at any rate, this is a long message that I'm going to get your uncle to send you through YouTube, because my phone won't send it. So at any rate, we love you very much. Hope school is going well, and we'll look forward to hearing from you.
Keep doing good stuff.
Keep doing good stuff.
We're really proud of you. It's so fun to see you in your uniform and with your colleagues standing by. Treasure every minute of this training. Pretty soon you get into the job, and then it becomes kind of that grind, you know, every day and so forth, because it's just a job. I hope you never lose the excitement, though, of what you're doing. It's a major league service to people, and you've guaranteed yourself job security, being able to name your city, in fact, name any place in the world, and you'd probably be able to get a job at competitive salaries.
Yes, when we went to Europe in 2015, one of our fellow travelers was a nurse from Australia who was on her way to Saudi Arabia for 6 months.
Yeah.
So.
And so.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. There's the yarn culprit right there.
The yarn culprit?
Yeah. And so you can see, you probably, that's jammed full of yarn.
Yes, and I didn't even open the drawers. I was afraid to open the drawers, Riley.
The drawers are full also.
But again, discrete projects and not a lot of not an Afghan full of crochet
Yeah.
possibilities. So,
Like a miniature pair of socks, for example.
yeah, tiny little socks. Tiny little socks. All right, I'm ending this before it gets absurd. We love you and keep doing good stuff.